welcome to the Deva Roman Experience.
Right, as you can see, we are now here in the Roman amphitheatre. Now, this is where they used for entertainment, where gladiators fought. I myself am a gladiator, and actually I'm one of the best. Some say the best. And when I knock my opponent to the floor, I will stand over him. And then, I'm sure you've all seen this, I get ready to kill, I look up at where the emperor is. And if he says, live, I shall not kill. If he says, die. But this is not completely accurate. If you want a real way, if you want them to die, you get your thumb up like this. If you want them to die, point to your neck and say jugular. So jugular. If you want them to live, get your other hand, do this and say mitte. But of course, Romans are pretty bloodthirsty, so it's pretty always going to be jugular.
Hi, I'm Doug. I work at the Roman Deva Experience as a Roman soldier.
Hi, my name's Vincent. Sometimes I go by the name of Magnus Mullus Lupus, and I'm a Roman soldier.
Hello, my name's Robert. I work at the Deva Roman Experience.
Okay, what we do at Deva Roman Experience is basically, it's in two parts, but one of the main parts is we dress as a soldier and we take them out on tour. We take them to all the main applicable sites of Roman Chester. So as you can see, the amphitheatre being one of them, the Roman gardens, and of course parts of the old Roman wall. So we take loads of school kids, usually about 30 odd children at a time, and we teach them how to become Roman soldiers, tell them about army life, and just tell them bits about Chester's history.
It's not just children, we get on patrols, we do public patrols which have adults on to kids, and also some of the schools we get at colleges, an adult base, so yes. And we also have disability groups, and then normally of the older category as well.
Something's always happening, which can make it quite an interesting place to work. I mean, a typical day would be barely controlled chaos. I suppose it involves a lot of people handling, but then we have groups that are late, groups that are too early, all sorts of different things.
A typical day at work at the Deva Roman Experience would consist of arriving, setting up, doing the hoovering, making everything prepared for the kids to be here so it's clean and safe for them. And then depending on what time my patrols are, I don my armour and I take out my shields and I get ready for the kids to come.
I recommend it for anyone who doesn't mind who doesn't take themselves too seriously. But I've recently qualified, well, I don't want to jump the gun, but I've gone for a security licence, so hopefully maybe one day working a job in security, so that'll be a little bit different, because working in security is a lot different from working with school children. It's a lot less dangerous. Where I take the tours in Chester, I don't go all the way around the city of Chester, because although Chester was the largest Roman fortress, there's actually not that much Roman architecture or Roman relics to see anymore. Most of the stuff you can see is medieval, and most of the Roman layers are actually, most of the Roman stuff has been buried, so you can't see lots of it now. There's actually a very large elliptical building which is a very unique building to Chester when it was a Roman fortress, but now it's a bus station. So, there's not a lot to see. So where I tend to take them is just outside the city walls, round by the amphitheatre, and to the Roman gardens, and there's just a little bit more to talk about there. Besides, you could take them to there's a strong room, but to be honest, it's quite boring for kids. You want to take them to the amphitheatre, because what they want to know about is gladiators fighting and how people got horribly killed. That's what they're interested in most of the time. So you take them to those sort of sites. It helps not to be too fat to where they are, because otherwise it wouldn't fit you, but do you have to be fit to where they are? I suppose it helps a bit. I don't find it particularly hard going. I know Vince is usually knackered by the end of the day after doing hours walking around, because he's like,
I find wearing the armour, it's uncomfortable at first, but once again, like a real Roman soldier, you get used to the weight of it. But it is a bit uncomfortable, and it is a bit tiresome wearing it, especially on a full day's patrol. But apart from that, it makes you feel like a man. I've had times when my belt's come off as well during tours. That can be quite embarrassing, because then it holds everything up. I got into this job 7 years ago by mistake. So I'd done classics and just finished, so I was looking for something to do that was relevant to my experience. Came here, they gave me the job. The wages aren't the greatest. Very much like a real Roman soldier. We get paid very little and expect to do a hell of a lot. So, but it's not a career-driven job. You can't really stay here forever. So, but I'll always have it on the side, I think. Something to do.
Well, I got into the job because once I sort of finished university, because I came to university here in Chester, I thought, yeah, I'll look for a new job, and I did drama. As one of my things, drama and education at university, and I saw advertised a Roman soldier's job going, and for anyone who knows me will know that it's a job that was quite apt. I think it suited me quite well, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to go for that, and then here I am.
How did I get into being a Roman soldier? Well, I had a thing about Roman history. There's always like an interest, even when before I started working here. And it was a weird thing. I actually looked specifically in the job centre to see if there was a job as a Roman soldier, and there was. It doesn't sound very likely, but I did actually just look up leisure and tourism, and there was Roman soldier. I was like, ooh, obviously this is obviously some sort of fate thing or something like that, and I've been doomed ever since.
We have many funny events have happened since I've been on patrol. Probably one of the strangest is while I was working one day on one of the public patrols, and someone was in a pub, one of the local establishments, and decided to pull a moonie at me, which was quite funny. Another public one actually was a group full of mature women, shall we say, and that was quite. I don't really know how to describe that other than scary. There was lots of sort of innuendos and stuff, and I was quite happy to run back and get myself kitted down.
Do I have people that say things to me as a Roman soldier? Oh yeah, all the time. The thing is you can usually tell the people who live in Chester and the people who don't live in Chester. People who live in Chester are so used to seeing Roman soldiers walking around the place that they just don't bat an eyelid anymore. It's very typical for them. But people who don't come to, maybe don't come from Chester, you can always see them pointing and saying, oh, there's a Roman soldier over there. But inevitably, it's usually workmen who maybe sort of like in white van man or somebody who works there, and you can guarantee when you walk past they're going to shout out something very original like Hail Caesar or I'm Spartacus. So you get that an awful lot, and you're like, yeah, all right, mate, of course you are Spartacus, absolutely. And so that happens all the time, but it doesn't bother me.
If anything, really, Romans have more place in Chester than anyone else walking in tracksuits do, don't they? So we were here long before they were. But you do get heckled from time to time, but normally you get thank yous of people coming up and saying, oh, what a lovely job you're doing, and things like that. The children, once they've come here for their tours and everything, when they go back, the teachers obviously say to them, what was your best part? Would you like to write thank you letters? And lots of them draw pictures of us and send them saying thank you.
The people who work with here are I don't know how you describe them, an eclectic and unique bunch. You probably couldn't work anywhere else, to be honest. They're sort of like, they're an interesting lot, and I think we all kind of gel together quite well. I don't know if we'd ever function in the outside world anymore now. It's like we're all institutionalised, so yeah, we're pretty much a good little team. We are like one big family, I suppose. If you think of families as being, always at each other and not respecting each other's personal space and just basically take each other's stuff all the time. No, we all get on very well. So yeah, we are like one family. You can say we get on like a house on fire. Exactly. Like a house on fire.
We all have a social life out of here together, which I think helps with us working together here as well. When we do go out on staff nights out, a lot of the staff do have a particular song they like to sing at me when it comes on, or even if we're not on a night out, they like to spend their days at work singing at me as well. And the lyrics to this song go, I found Doug in a homeless place, I found Doug in a homeless place. It goes something like that. I'm sure you've heard the real song.
We go out to socialise quite often. We tend to go out on Tuesday nights because we're all tightwads and we don't like to spend a lot of money for alcohol. So we go out on Tuesday nights, and we've got Chris here who is sort of like, he likes to sort of frequent a place called Liverpool Arms, and he would frequently drag us all off to it. And Rosie's, Chester's hot spot on a Tuesday night, where it's pretty cheap, so we go there and, let our head down, figuratively speaking.
Being a Roman soldier is a really fun job. It's always good fun to wear this kit and to go and shout at school children. It's not going to be long term, but definitely for now it's brilliant fun and I love it.
Somebody asks you what you do for a living, then you can actually say without laughing that you're a Roman soldier, and when they finally when they ask you again what you do for a living because they think you're joking, you say no, honestly, I'm a Roman soldier. Not many people could do that, so that's quite a nice thing to do.
Most memorable moment here? It has to be the This Is Dioa festival, when we spent 3 days dressed as Roman soldiers, where they changed Chester Park into a Roman village, and we had to dance with maidens and all that sort of thing. It's quite good. Dressing up as a Roman and entertaining the kids, and the feeling of fulfilment you get at the end of the day with a job well done.